All right, we're live. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Matt C. I'm hanging out with my
Hello,
buddy Cass. How you doing, Cass?
hello. Fine, Anya. Mm.
Yeah. We're doing all right. Another week has gone by. Trying to stay busy. We got both of us got our nose to the grindstone, trying to make sure our campaigns are doing well, and we're investing. We're as far as I'm concerned. So my book's in the printer's hands right now, and in the meantime, I'm trying to think of ways to plus the campaign. We're making good sales. Someone buys, the 2-book special, or they do the ultimate, like once every other day or so, which is nice.
hmm
It's steady, and we're gonna keep it open because it's in demand now. We're gonna keep it open until the print run is fulfilled, like until I'm ready to fulfill it, which will probably be in October. Is when the books will be at my house, I think, and yeah, we're doing good. We still got we got your original art, the Omar Casanova. I should probably update that just so it says Cass to go with your Twitter handle. But we got the original art for this poster selling for just $200, which is a really good deal. You really are one
Yeah,
of the best artists I've seen around in this game. So it's a big honor to be selling your poster, and especially and to sell this original art. Uh, so yeah, so that's going good, and I'm gonna show what else. What else you've been working on?
yeah.
Well, you got a lot of things you can't talk about, basically.
I got. Yeah, it's a lot. It's too much that I
Yeah,
can't talk about. But at least
sure.
what I can at least say is that I can finally um give out the name of the
Yeah.
of the comic book. I've been working for this comic book for like 4 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and at least in the beginning, it was just a comic book about Body Girl,
Mm-hmm.
and it eventually changed. Some stuff happened, bad stuff happened to me, and I had to change everything. Like I had to change the concept, expand it a little bit more,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that it's a good thing because it gave me the opportunity to expand and create new characters, which is something that I really love doing. I like creating new characters and designing them and giving them powers, backstories, and playing around with colors. I really love that. So
Mm-hmm.
it was really a way for me to create new toys that I can play with and create new stories with those new characters that people can be excited about. And I try to create characters that people want to be invested in, not characters that are throwaway characters. I try not to do that. I want them to be either
Absolutely.
important to the story
Mm-hmm.
or that you like them so much that you want to see them again. You either want to see them again because they look cool or
Mm-hmm.
because they have a good backstory that you want to follow and you want to know more about. So it was finally
You, you
I
you
was
you want me to throw it up? I can throw it up right now if you're ready for the big
yes
reveal.
for sure, yeah, for sure.
There we go.
I was thrilled to be able to reveal the title
Yeah.
for the campaign for the comic book Cyber Gods, which
Mm-hmm.
I've been working for so long. I've always liked cyberpunk,
Mm-hmm.
that genre. I'm a huge fan of Ghost in the Shell and Blade Runner and all those movies that represent any type of mixture from cybernetics with biology. I love. This is gonna sound a little bit cheesy, but I love RoboCop too.
Oh
The
yeah.
the movie,
Yeah.
the first, at least the first one, I really
Absolutely.
love it, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a huge shock to me when I was a kid watching RoboCop, and this other movie, Terminator, all those movies that have any kind of robotics or cyborgs in it,
Hmm.
I've always been a fan of. For example, I really like the Thundercats, but the one that really made an impact on me, and I still remember it to this day, is Silverhawks.
Oh
And
yeah, sure.
the Silverhawks were all cyborgs pretty much. They were partly, in the song they said that they're partly metal, partly real.
Hmm.
And I was always in shock how they volunteered. In the cartoon, they volunteered to be enhanced into cyborgs. Pretty much,
Hmm.
they volunteer just like that out of the blue. They just volunteer,
Hmm.
brave volunteer.
Hmm.
So this was the first time that I ever saw that, because every time I watched a movie about somebody that had become a cyborg, it was something bad. Something bad happened. Um,
Yeah, why is that? Is that do you think is that I mean Silverhawks wasn't it it was conceived of it was an American show that was made in Japan, is that right? Or do I have that wrong?
I think the animation was Japanese. Some
Yeah.
of it, the intro is amazing. It's incredible, still incredible to this day. It holds up. The animation is so fluid and full of energy. So
Hmm.
it looks incredible.
Yeah, maybe
But
that was like a Japanese thing where they've always been more like optimistic in a way about
Mhm.
technology, it seems, and
that's
maybe
the
we're more
that's
pessimistic.
exactly the thing. What
Yeah.
And we can see with Darth Vader. Darth Vader is bad because he's half machine.
Hmm.
Terminator, he's even though he's using human flesh,
Hmm.
and he has an endoskeleton that it's full of metal, and this is pretty much he has a program, and he's just programmed to kill, to
Hmm.
terminate. And we had RoboCop, which something bad happened to him and he died, and he become a product of a company, of a corporation, and
Yeah.
then
It's very
stuff.
dystopian. Yeah.
Yeah, everything on,
He
on
hates
that
it.
was that it was bad. It was that technology is bad. If something bad happened to you, you become a cyborg, which is like you're suffering in hell. Is
Yeah.
that's
You're a monster.
the yeah, you're a monster. You're Frankenstein.
Hmm.
That's pretty much what RoboCop is Frankenstein of the future. And even though the Paul Verhoeven tried to put some religious iconography in it. Uh, for example, there's a scene of RoboCop when he's at the end, he's facing his killer, Clarence Boddicker, and he calls him. He says he's about to kill Lewis, and in this wreck yard, the steel yard, and he calls
Hmm.
him Clarence. And when you see him, he's on top of water. So the Paul Verhoeven says that in that scene,
Hmm.
he's trying to say that he is walking on water. He
Oh
ascended.
wow. Never even
Yeah,
realized that.
Murphy. Yeah, Murphy ascended, and he's doing um, one of the feats that Christ did was walking
Yeah.
on water. So he did that one. He resurrected, walked on water, and did a lot of other stuff. And when he gets stabbed in the chest by Clarence Boddicker, he gets stabbed by a spear. That's another thing.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So you can see all those
Yeah, I never thought about
iconographies.
that.
In Yeah, Paul made them, put them in the movie, even though he's not a religious man, but he thought that if even if this sounds a little bit weird, if there was a new Christ, this is the way that he will come. It would not be like a human being. It will be like a next evolution kind of thing, like a
Oh, that's
yeah.
fun. Sure.
And that's one of the ways that I came up with these ideas. That's why I'm trying to tell you the genesis of what
Oh, neat.
cyber
Yeah.
come from. It comes back way back in the 80s when I was a kid, when I saw that those scenes, and he this was a new god. This was like a new god. He resurrected. He transcended death
Sure.
and became something else.
Hmm.
So when I think about a cybernetic enhanced individual who can transcend death, that pretty much is almost a god. And then you apply to that abilities and powers that are beyond human, then you got something else.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
cool.
much.
You've got a nice
Mhm.
blend of that Eastern optimism and there is some. I mean, there's a lot of bad things going on. Like this is like a post. I don't know, a post apocalypse, but you're talking about like this is after a world economy's collapsed. There's not a lot of supers left. There's a it's not a happy future that people are finding themselves in, which I think is
No.
interesting. So you kind of have the Western pessimism in a way, but it's
Yes.
maybe it's not 2020 Marvel Western
No.
pessimism, but
No. For sure. It's not. I mean,
yeah.
in this is an alternate future, pretty much, that
Hmm.
we get to see maybe a glimpse of what will happen if we renounce our civil liberties and if we do not fight
Hmm.
for our liberty and or right to defend ourselves.
Hmm.
Because that's pretty, when you stripped human rights to basics. If you're pretty much thrown in a woods and you have no clothing, you're naked, what are your rights? It's you versus nature. So
Hmm.
you have the right to feed yourself. You have the right to to defend yourself. You have
Yeah.
the right to shelter, but you do not have the right to own land. You do not have the right to have services done to you. I'm
Hmm.
sorry, you do not have any healthcare rights. There are no healthcare rights if you're in the woods alone, naked. That's your primal rights are the ones that are to be upheld. So you're the right to defend yourself, to feed, to live. You have the right to express yourself, but that's pretty much it. You can't demand anything from anyone, and you cannot make anyone do anything for you. That's
Hmm.
not a right. You
Well,
can't do that.
maybe we can progress those rights, right? Maybe we
We
can
we
go.
could, yes, we could progress, of course.
Well,
But
yeah.
what I'm trying to tell you is that in this
Yeah.
future we have regressed
Hmm.
a little
Hmm.
bit, and
Interesting.
all those rights have pretty much gone to the primal ones.
Hmm.
Yes, and
I like that.
when you yeah, and the problem, the one of the problems in the that I try to explore, it's the submission of weapons
Hmm.
to any government,
Yeah.
because in the US you have that Second Amendment, because you're supposed to defend the people, supposed to defend themselves from
Yeah.
tyranny, either foreign or domestic.
Hmm.
And once that is stripped away from the people, they have no way to fight back. They are going to be always submitted to any tyranny in the world, whatever
Yep.
shape or form it comes.
Whoever
They're gonna
has. Yeah.
yes. So
Yeah. It's scary.
this is one of the themes that I'm going to explore in my story.
Ah, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
people left, they just got convinced to get their rights to defend themselves stripped away,
Yeah.
and they all those powers they gave them to the corporations and the people that they thought were going to defend them, which were more powerful than them, which were the first it was the superhumans, and
Mm-hmm.
then we got a concept that it's called suprahumans, which is the suprahumans are the people that are enhanced cybernetically. They are
Yeah.
not born. They are not born with these abilities. They were enhanced to be
Mm-hmm.
given these abilities. To
Speaking of,
make
I'm going to
to
show
make
a
a
bit of your art
distinction.
just so we can keep moving. Yeah.
Yes.
So
To
we're looking at Midas right now. Maybe this will help give you some visual while you talk.
exact exactly. We have some characters that are superhumans,
Mm-hmm.
which they're your regular superhuman, which is the superhumans that were born either born with their abilities, they had an accident, or they drank some kind of super serum, or or they
Cool. Yeah.
yeah, they were
It's like
either
it's a
born
man-made
or
enhancement. Yeah. Right.
yes, and the superhumans are the people that got those abilities through cybernetic implants.
Yeah.
So they all have cybernetic implants in their bodies. Midas is one guy, one of the guys that
Mm-hmm.
has those cybernetic implants, and you can see that his body is not entirely human, and if it's human at all. And you can see that he's got some inner workings. There's some metal in some places that were put in there,
He's
especially
got a
to emphasize
They had a
that
Samsung
he's not.
S8, maybe S10 on his wrist. I like that. It's not an iPhone guy.
Yes,
Yeah, it's amazing art.
yes. So so yeah, pretty much all of these characters have some ability in some way that they have gotten either through their implants or either they were born with it. And
Mm-hmm. Talking about being born with
yeah,
it. Um,
these some of the yeah some of some of these concepts are
yeah.
from further down in the story, but
Mm-hmm.
I still wanted people to let them know to show them that this is not just one comic book and it ends.
Yeah.
um
I think it's
I
important to
want
let people know. Yeah, that you've planned things
yeah,
out.
looking forward. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward and to make a big story, cohesive story that we can all enjoy and read back. I my wish is to um, be able to grab the comic books 10 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
and that we are still able to be. We're going to talk about that, but hold on.
Yeah. Sorry.
I
I
just
don't know
want
why that
I
came up.
just want people
Yeah. Yeah.
to be able to grab the comic book 10 years from now and be able to read it and enjoy it
Absolutely.
the same way.
I mean, I'm gonna enjoy
Because
this art.
if
I'm
it
gonna enjoy
doesn't,
the story for years to come. It's good. Like I need to know that you're taking care of me as the reader. You know what I mean? In the long term. And it does seem like, I mean, it's clear that your art really speaks to
yeah.
that. That you care. You know, you're giving us like crunchy material to really get excited
Well,
about.
if the art and the story doesn't
Yeah.
surpass or exceed the test of time,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I don't consider it a failure, but I didn't do my job
Sure.
very well. Maybe certain aspects are going to they're just gonna be uh, old when people read them back 10 years from now. They're gonna be old concepts,
Yeah.
but at least if they can still enjoy the art and some aspect of the story, I will consider my job done. And
Mm-hmm.
that's one thing. When I was creating these characters, I was talking about these people that they had these abilities and they were either born with them, and or they had an accident, like I told you, they were given a super serum and they drink it, and or they were injected by it and they
Hmm.
got their powers. People like Superman, Wonder Woman, for example, the X-Men, these people were born with it, and they can't do anything about it. They were born with them. The
Yeah.
superhumans, they got their abilities willingly, so
Yeah.
they got
Very
experimented
cool.
on them willingly, just like I told you at the beginning with the Silverhawks. It's the same concept.
Hmm.
They went under the knife and lose the limbs willingly to get them enhanced and get these new prosthetics that will enhance their abilities as human. And that gets us to the next subject, which
Yeah. Yeah.
will
Yeah.
be
Speaking of the
um,
next stage in
a
human
God,
evolution,
God, God-given, no, God-given talent. Don't play it yet, but
I'm just kidding.
Don't play it yet.
No, no,
But
no. Okay.
God-given talent.
Yeah.
I sometimes follow some some artists on Twitter and some places,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I
Who
don't
was
know
that
if
that
they
was
are
saying that?
confused by
Do
the
you
word.
remember? Or maybe you don't want to bring
I
up.
don't want to call him
That's
out.
fine.
I don't
That's
want to
fine.
call him out, but um, I just want to say my piece about it.
Hmm.
I think the people that had the quote God-given talent, and they get mad about it, or they don't understand. I think they don't understand the concept of what it means. Some artists, um, they believe that it all comes from hard work. Don't get me wrong, hard work is a really important aspect of acquiring a skill. You
Yeah.
can acquire skills. That's no problem with years of work and dedication, or your hard earned work. You can earn a skill, but talent is what's going to carry that skill to the next level.
Yeah. And just to interrupt, like, I think it's funny. I think a lot of people who say that sort of thing also haven't read religious texts. Like, I can't think of any religious texts, and usually they're thinking of Christianity when they say stuff like that,
Yep.
and they haven't read the Bible, because the Bible is full of advice to commit to hard work and
Yes.
to develop your skill and to not be lazy and to not take advantage or to expect a free meal for not working, or
Exactly.
it's all about self-reliance. It's
Hmm.
constantly it's a continuous theme. So it's clearly not a self-contradiction. It's not thought of as a self-contradiction in the Bible to be a responsible, hardworking person and to be gifted with talent that you are
Yeah.
converting into skill. So it's just disingenuous or just trying to get Twitter attention to act this way, and it's pretty
I
immature, and it
do you
divides
think
the fan base.
it's for backpacks?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think they have
Because
all the backpots they're going to get. I think what they
Mhm.
want. I think it's just nice to you are on your lunch break or you're on the toilet, at work, and you just fire something off like that, and you can get 1,000
stroking your ego.
interactions.
Look how far I've gone. I've done
Yeah,
this by
it's an
myself.
endorphin rush. Yeah,
Because
you know.
if you see the video of this little girl that I found, if this is not God given talent, I don't know what it is.
And
I mean,
obviously, I mean, she's
can you
memorized
see
the
it?
template, but what is she, like? Maybe, I guess 1 year. Do you think she's 12 months? Maybe. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, this is not our work. This is not years
Yeah,
of sitting down on a table
yeah,
studying. This girl is like 1 year old. How are we gonna explain that?
yeah,
This is the perfect example of God given talent, not hard work. I have no clue how she does it. I I I wish I was able to draw like this girl at this age, but I didn't. I did
Yeah.
have some talent. I knew where my talents were. I knew where my strengths were and my weaknesses were. So
Mm-hmm.
I sit down to work on those weaknesses. I left the
Mm-hmm.
strengths alone. I was like, all right, my strengths are coloring and knowing where to design stuff. I can do good compositions,
Mm-hmm.
but I need to really sit down and draw because I am so weak at drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And I spent years developing my drawing skills, but I knew that I could color pick and I could do anything with
Mm-hmm.
color naturally. It comes naturally to me.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it. I just do it. This is an example. This girl just drawing that thing. That's not how hard work. That's not. She's not been sitting there for 25 years to learn how to draw that cat. She just
Yeah.
knows.
Well,
So
like I said,
to
like
say
even if
to
she was
deny
taught
it,
a template, because I used to draw cats like that
yeah,
when I was like 7 or something.
yeah. Did you
But
saw
to
the circle that she did?
yeah, that's a good it's an
It's
amazing
that
talent.
is an incredible circle.
Yeah.
I don't know how to draw a circle like that. I need a template to do it. I
Yeah.
can't draw a circle like that. That's I've been drawing for 20 years. I don't know how to do a circle like that. That's
Well,
not hard
hopefully,
work. That's talent right there.
yeah. Hopefully she converts that into she commits to that with hard work, doesn't just
Exactly.
try and
And it's yeah, and it's gonna carry on. But
yeah.
she needs the hard work. She needs the talent to exceed. Because no, I can work my ass off, and I'm never done a dunk like LeBron James.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That's God given talent. I'm
Hmm.
never gonna be Michael Jordan. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna be him. I can work my ass off. I'm never gonna be Michael Jordan.
Hmm.
There's one
Hmm.
Michael Jordan. That's his talent.
Yeah.
So to say that it doesn't exist is just I think it's a misunderstanding of the concept. I'm not judging him. I'm saying that he doesn't understand and he needs to be a little bit more responsible maybe by what he's saying, because this type of people got followers and you're just misleading them and maybe setting
Sure.
them up for failure, saying that there's no talent. So maybe these people feel that, oh well, there's no talent and I'm never gonna get there
Hmm.
because my talent, it doesn't exist. I'm just gonna have to work hard and not smarter. And that's one thing. I don't believe in working harder. I believe about working smarter, not
Yeah.
harder. And if,
Absolutely.
like I told you, if you sit down and you test and you say, hey, what are my weaknesses and what are my strengths? And let me work on my weaknesses, that's working smarter. You're not sitting down just throwing lines and making doodles of whatever. You are
Hmm.
choosing what you want to improve of your skills.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Speaking of skills, another item for today. I wanted to get so we didn't really talk about this. I gave you a heads up that
Yes.
I was going to bring this up, but I was thinking I wanted to know what your thoughts, like with your experience growing up on Marvel and DC, and seeing these heroes done in this classic style again. What's your take on uh, these amazing like 70s, I guess, reimaginings of or maybe I don't
Yeah.
know, were the comics, did the comics look like this in the 70s?
This is Paul Harding, right?
Yeah, yep. Harding.
Yeah, this is a very talented sculptor,
Yeah.
and he's been working for years for a lot of companies, and he's
Oh,
done a
cool.
lot of work for Marvel and a lot of work for DC. I've got a couple of his statues
Yeah.
here in my house, and this guy's a real talent. I don't know what his leanings are, but I do believe that this guy is really good, and I don't know why he's doing this set of sculptures that maybe he's
Yeah,
doing them to stay sharp, in shape
maybe
on the quarantine. But these are amazing.
they're
They look
incredible.
amazing, and
I had to go
they
look up
should
White
be aligned.
Tiger just because of this. I was like, I like White Tiger now. Like some of these characters I never.
White Tiger looks awesome.
Yeah,
He gave
I
it
know. Like jade
a whole
sculpture.
new life.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks really good, and that's a character that I've never liked because that's
yeah,
a copy to Black Panther.
yeah. Clearly,
It's very
yeah.
much a
It's just
yeah, it's
Black
a copy
Panther.
to Black Panther. It's horrible.
Yeah,
I feel horrible every time I see him because I feel sorry for the
yeah,
character for existing. I'm like, you're just a copy, and every time you come out of the on a comic book, you're in a comic book. Everyone's gonna say, look, Black Panther's got a new suit, and then
yep.
they're gonna have to
Like, why's he got the necklace?
figure out,
Yeah,
yeah, what's going on? Something's weird. This is not Black Panther, and they're just gonna dismiss him. That's why he's gone a little bit obscure,
hmm
because Black Panther's looks way cooler. Even
yeah.
thought
I
I
don't know if he
like the
had Black
white,
Panther
and
in here. I've been looking for a lot of weird characters. Iron Fist.
mm,
That's a interesting one.
yeah, these are characters that were most prominent in the 70s,
Yeah, that was a Spider-Man villain,
like
right?
Iron Fist.
Yeah,
Remember when these characters were in, like for example, like I told you, like Black Panther and all those characters. This is the martial arts era of Bruce
yes,
Lee.
yeah,
So you see a lot of characters that were pretty much maybe coming straight out of Enter the Dragon.
yeah. Absolutely.
I'm a
In the
huge
best way. It's so
I'm a
fun.
huge Bruce Lee fan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dazzler, oh I love Dazzler. She looks beautiful.
Yeah, didn't Dazzler?
And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
look at
Let's
that
go back.
Warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dazzler looks. That's the 70s disco
I love she's got a disco ball for a
outfit.
necklace. Like, what is going on?
She looks beautiful.
Yeah, it's so
She looks.
fun.
That's the yeah yeah. No, he's having fun. You can see that he's enjoying this.
Yeah.
He's putting his own flavor on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that
This
Adam
looks
Warlock is
beautiful. They
really
look
nice.
beautiful. Warlock looks awesome.
God. And the collar, like that big stiff 70s collar,
Yeah.
and all the hair.
Yeah.
It's great.
The hair, that's the David Hasselhoff kind of hair.
Yeah, that's Hasselhoff. Yeah.
Yes, that's Knight Rider right there.
Yeah.
They look
Shang-Chi.
beautiful. They look awesome.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad that it almost feels like a statement nowadays to put this work out here. Like it almost
And one
feels
of the
like
things
you're
that
revolting.
you can,
Like,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but one of the things that I want to highlight is look at all the women.
yeah.
They look feminine,
Yeah.
and the men look masculine. The men are
That's why it
roided
feels
up.
like a statement. Yeah. And yet they have so much personality. There's something for everyone. You can relate to all the different kinds of characters. And yet it's that heroic ideal, it makes you want to, it doesn't make me feel bad about myself because I don't look, as muscly as Luke Cage or something. I
mean,
just get excited for them.
Yeah, if you go back to Luke Cage, if you could go back to Luke Cage, and just look at his maybe his shoulders, his pectoral muscle.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna have. Look at those arms. I'm never gonna have those pecs.
No.
I will never. It doesn't matter how many steroids I'm taking. I'm never gonna have that kind of muscles.
Yeah.
This guy's huge. This guy's more. He's bigger than Arnold when he was on Mr. Olympia.
But it makes you excited.
That's just straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hulk-like kind of musculature. This is a fantasy. This is the power fantasy. I'm never gonna have the muscles that this guy has, but I can at least see what anyone with those muscles could do.
Yeah, and you get to
That's
find
pretty
out.
much what it is.
Yeah. I would normally not get to find out, but now I can.
Now I can. Look at these guys.
Ah, that's so good. I
The
love that
Punisher
Punisher.
looks, yeah,
He looks
he
so
looks like a
insane.
villain. He looks insane and like a villain,
Yeah,
like he should look.
yeah, yeah.
Punisher's
No, that
is not
works.
a hero.
No,
Yeah, it
no,
works
no.
perfectly.
Yeah,
That's a huge skull, and you
yeah.
really have to
It's
look at
giant.
the skull. You really have to, because it takes. Now the skull is like a little
It
skull
is
in his
small,
shirt.
isn't it?
This
Yeah,
one take, this one takes the whole shirt.
yeah. Why is that? I like it this way. It's really fun. It's almost like a panda or something. I don't know what's going on.
It's
It's so big.
it's a weird skull. It's like an Indian skull, maybe a monkey skull,
Yeah,
but
maybe. Yeah.
but it looks better.
Give him a
It's
light
not so
flood.
on the nose like it is now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I like
I
it.
think that's one thing that excites me. That I mean, stuff like this could get me into Marvel Comics because it's almost like a lot of these the fashion and the designs you could pull off a rack
Yeah,
in a way, and you could kind of alter them a little bit, and then you've got yourself a superhero suit. Like it feels, like Blade is wearing something, that Fly guys in Brooklyn were wearing already.
exactly.
He just took a belt and he's put some stakes in it.
He's he's got some stakes. You know he's gonna hunt something. He's gonna
Yeah,
hunt some vampire.
he's got like a gold grill.
But
Like it's great.
but he looks good. He looks
He looks really good.
distinct.
Yeah.
He looks distinct.
Yeah. So I guess I like, yeah, there's just something really inspiring about all the variation and interest, and yet the excitement. Just every single model is exciting, absolutely exciting.
Yes.
I guess that's here's one that it got printed, I guess, and yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he's trying to say something with these, or maybe he's just bored and he's older and he's just kind of drawing and he doesn't mean anything by it. But I mean, it's
Yeah, I don't
clearly
know.
neat.
I have a good friend that it's a sculptor that I hope
Hmm.
I can do some work with him. If
Yeah.
you can go out of this page and don't share the screen so you can. Oh, I love Lion. That looks good.
Yeah.
That
Isn't
looks
that
like a
amazing?
poster that I would like to him to look because
Don't you want to
I've
draw
drawn
that?
him before.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
makes me
and he
want to
looks.
draw him.
This one looks a little bit older.
Yeah.
This one's like a 45-year-old Lionel.
Yeah. I love these
Yeah,
like
he needs.
middle aged. It's
Yeah,
great. Like all those lines,
yeah,
all
he's
those
middle
like
aged Lionel.
meaty face lines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too much. He needs to tone it down on the age. But I am trying to work with this friend, uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Heck,
Who do you
which is an amazing, talented sculptor. Maybe we can share some of his work on his art station. Do you have the page?
yeah, yeah. What is that again? Maybe you can
It
send it
was
in the private
it's
chat if you
Hector
want.
Moran. You can look it up on Google. It's Hector Moran Art Station.
Yeah. Let's look at some more models. I mean, models are just
Oh,
really exciting.
work is insane, and I would love for him to do something for me. He does modeling for video games, and
Yeah.
he does modeling for figures, statues. He's done a full set of statues for Street Fighter. He's done the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, he's as good as Paul
He's done,
Harding.
yeah, he's amazing. This guy's super talented.
He's got the
This is something. This
cartoony,
guy's
he's got the
something else.
realistic.
Yeah, I would love to have him on the show and just dedicate a full show to him
Oh, of
because he's
course.
got like this really interesting story. Uh, he's Mexican
Oh yeah, yeah.
and right now he lives in Austria.
Oh
So he's a
cool.
Mexican working for the video game industry in Austria, and I think he's married to an Austrian woman
Yeah, nice.
over there in Austria, which is insane. I mean, when I found
Yeah.
out he was Mexican, I was like, "Dude, how do you got that? You got kidnapped when you were a kid or something?" And it was like, no, man, I went here for work, and I found my wife here, and I married her, and I stayed here, and I've
Yeah,
just been here for a long time. But he's just so talented. He's done so much work, and
absolutely
he's
amazing.
I can't, every time I see his work, I'm just blown away by the detail. This He's one of the few guys that I've known that can do effectively do special effects on a figure, on a statue. You can
Yeah,
see it on that one of
or like a
Bison.
yeah, Bison or
Yeah, look
Chun
at
Li's got
the
really
special
nice
effects.
like swoosh stuff
They
going on.
look amazing, and
Yeah,
yeah, and there's so few
that's
people
cool.
uh, that can make it work.
Yeah, I feel like
Special
it's really
effects.
like hovering in the air. Or, yeah,
Yes, she looks really good, and I can't wait to work with him. I would love
that's
to do
exciting.
some designs for him, and maybe he can do some of my characters
Hmm.
in this style. I don't know if anyone will be interested in a statue, maybe of Midas or of Body Girl.
Yeah,
But if there's any interest, I would for sure will try to make one of these statues so that
absolutely. I think it
the
would be.
fans
Yeah, I think it would be an easy sell.
get it.
It's just a matter
He
of,
worked for
gosh,
yeah, he did
so good.
the tabletop figures for the Darksiders video game, and he did the official statue for the game, for the collector's edition of the game. So this guy's a tested veteran, seasoned veteran of the industry, and he's a good friend, and he's super talented. Look at that war.
It's
That's
so
just
good.
beautiful details. He
Love that
puts so
sword.
much.
Wow,
Yeah,
and that
that's not
hand.
easy to do, and
Gosh.
I believe that you need at least some God-given talent, maybe.
Yeah, let's give him some. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I think you need some God-given talent.
yeah,
Hard work is in there for sure, but God-given talent, I'm pretty sure just like a glitter of it in
hmm,
there that
gosh,
it,
that's
it comes
amazing.
across.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
want to see your work for
these guys.
sure. Done. Let's. Yeah. I mean, your characters are made to be seen in
Can,
3D.
can,
I think.
can you imagine? Yeah,
Yeah,
can you imagine a Midas statue like that one?
yeah, yeah.
That
With
would be
some like
great. That would be
electric effects coming off of his
yes,
mace or
maybe.
something.
That's
Yeah,
one of the things that I've loved about his work for the longest time. The way he applies the effects on a statue and the way that it looks when it's printed. 'Cause these things, they are printed uh, in 3D printers, and they're ready to go
yeah,
when he releases them.
yeah. He's a
They're really really
I'm
good.
assuming he's probably doing ZBrush, and he's a whiz. Yeah, I know. Tyler in the chat, Drawn Talk. What's up, buddy? He says this art is so good. Yeah, I love. I mean, the cartoony, the realistic, everything in between. He's nailing it. Gosh, so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah we gotta see if we can work with him or something. Oh my gosh, I just realized the sword in the zombie, I guess, is like
Yeah.
sheathed in in the back. It's like going through the torso of the zombie.
It's going through the torso.
It's like he keeps it there when he's not
He
using it.
keeps
I
it.
guess that's great.
Yes.
So it's like funny. Like he's a good designer too. It's not he doesn't just know details and like he
At
knows how to
least
make
this.
things interesting.
Exactly, exactly. He knows a lot. He's super talented, and
It's
he
fun.
knows he knows a lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
would
cool
trust him
stuff.
with my characters to do something.
Yeah, yeah, we got
That
to
would be
make that
awesome.
happen.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Now that we got, at least we got the logo down, and
Mm-hmm.
we know most of the characters, how most of the characters look. At least on this comic book, on this first comic book, I am trying to concentrate on the first three characters, which will be Body Girl, Midas, and Reaper. We get a glimpse of the other character, which is Jupiter. Maybe we
Mm-hmm.
can show them if you
Yeah,
can show
absolutely.
Midas and the other
Let
ones,
me turn off for a second. Yeah, yeah.
so
So
we
just
can pretty much
so people in the
see
chat
them.
know, what we're doing is we have been building uh, Omar's Cass's campaign, and we hope to have the pre-launch campaign done as soon as possible, so we can
As soon as
actually
possible. Yeah.
so you guys can sign up with the email list thing on the pre-launch, so you can kind of oops, let me make sure I'm sharing screen. So here's Ripper,
Yeah, that one's Reaper. Yeah, which is
really good art. I love the
a
tech.
the all these characters, like I said, they have some kind of cybernetic enhancement. We have a sketch of Reaper, which is a sketch of how does he looks without the the all this suit.
Mm-hmm.
If we can maybe get that one, so we
Oh, we do
can.
have it.
Yeah, get that
Oh
one.
yes, yeah. Is that
Reaper.
him? I
His
didn't even put
real
that
name.
together.
Yeah, that's him.
I was like, this
That's
is the
him.
coolest looking guy. All right, all right.
That's him. In the story, of course,
Of course.
he's there's a reason why he looks like that. He's unshaven and he has longer hair. But yeah,
Tyler, don't you want to read
you can see.
this comic?
Yeah,
Talking to the chat. Yeah, yeah.
he's got his cybernetics on one of his arms,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's got one of his eyes and the leg. Yeah, it's cybernetics implant. So it's his right arm, his right eye, and his right leg.
Yeah,
The
I love
cybernetic implants
it's like
on.
the Metal Gear is here, the Cyberpunk is in here, Star Wars is in here with all the pouches and everything. Just heroic comics in general are in here. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. It's gonna
If
be
if I could
really
if I
amazing.
could compare it to something, this character could be like a mix between a Batman from the Dark Knight Returns and a Kingdom Come Superman, where this Kingdom Come Clark Kent Kal-El has lost faith in humanity because he lost Lois Lane. She
Yeah,
was killed and he couldn't save her, and humanity chooses another hero that could potentially kill other people, and
sure.
and they didn't choose him because he wouldn't commit to killing people and going to the extreme.
Hmm.
So this guy is not in that kind of predicament, but it it he's really compared to that Superman from Kingdom Come because he
It's
pretty
good.
much isolated himself from humanity. He lost someone and he isolated himself from humanity.
Yeah, we could
And
let's
and
circle back to
and
that
this is
for a second. You told me before that at least for Ripper, like you're thinking a lot. Well, for a lot of the characters, you're thinking a lot about family, family
yes,
loss, family found, family kind of
yes,
reimagined and recreated in harsh circumstances,
yes,
which is really exciting because I don't see a lot of superhero writers, creators who are thinking that connect in a systematic, like connected way. Like they come up with these individual characters and they give them powers, and then they don't know what to do with them. But you've built them in relationship to each other, which I love. because it means that you're a good
Yes.
story. You're planning about telling a story. You're not just filling out bio sheets. Like these characters are living and breathing in relationship to each other. So that's thematically not without you probably don't. Well, you go into as much plot as you feel comfortable with without spoiling things, but uh, that's a big theme for you, isn't it? Is family.
Yeah, the central theme of the story is more or less is the family that you have lost, the family that you are given,
Mm,
and the family that you acquire through
hmm.
circumstances,
That's
pretty
nice.
much. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you grew up with some friends, sometimes you find those new friends, and sometimes you get these new friends uninvited, and you become friends through accident.
Hmm.
It was you weren't looking for a friend, but something happened, and you two were in the same situation, and then you found out that you got a lot in common, and
Yeah.
then you find a common connection, and then you become friends.
Yeah.
So mine is all that, but with pretty much with family. Everything is connected, and there's a place for everyone in the story, even if it's a short time, a short moment that they're going to be in the story. I want to have those characters be in the story because they're moving the story forward. They
Yeah.
have a place, have a
I
moment
love
in
that.
that story, and
Yeah.
everything uh, has a reason to be in it. It's not because.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's really exciting. Yeah, we're gonna. I can't wait to get the pre-launch site up because people are gonna go nuts. I mean, they're just gonna go gaga for this stuff. Tyler in the chat said this is Marvel DC worthy. Um, yeah, I mean, it's. I don't even want to say. I hate. I mean, it's not even my place because I didn't grow up on Marvel DC, but I know that this is better than Marvel DC. This is not. DC would hope to be this good now because they're not now. They could be, but they don't want to be.
Yeah.
And you're better than that. So it's so exciting to um, to see you kind of bringing this to the crowdfunding sphere because it's going to be incredible. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we.
I figured that I could do two things. I could
Mhm.
work for somebody else and give them all my good ideas and all my good designs and all my productive years where my art is the best. I could give them to a company and sell them to that company
Yep.
for a low price, very low price, and not leave anything for my family.
Yep.
Or I could just go ahead and say, you know what, I'm just gonna do my own thing and create my own IPs, create my own characters, build them up from the ground up, and at least I could leave something for my children, so they could
Hmm.
maybe explore in the future. After I'm gone, they could take all these characters that I created and make something with them.
Yeah.
Um, I want to have fun, and I want people to have fun. I'm
Yeah.
nothing. I mean, artists are not, and people that creative people are nothing without fans.
Hmm.
We need the fans. I believe that the fans are the most important thing in any creative environment. The fans are the one that's going to say this is good, or this is a next this is something that I should just pay attention to it, or give
Hmm.
money, or give my time to.
Yeah.
So this is for me trying to do my best to um, give the fans something that they will love, and
Hmm.
this work is pretty much, like I said, for fans. I'm going to listen to their criticism or their suggestion, and if I can take that suggestions or those criticism and make my work
Yeah.
better, I'm gonna do it because
Yeah, and
I
we're gonna
got
work
nothing to
together
lose.
so we can make sure that that happens for sure. One last thing I wanted to share. In We're both on the same page about these sort of things. These are just little things that I think we can kind of. I'll be helping you to be kind of thinking about as we just kind of think through the business side of making sure that
What is
people are
this?
getting. So this, I bought a stamp. I bought a stamp that lets me a stamp in gold and in red ink, uh, a place for people to sign their names when they're signing. They're saying this book belongs to, which is what ex libris means. Uh, and so that's going in every edition of the campaign edition. If I sell these in conventions and stuff, I won't be doing this. But for the campaign, I'm doing like little special things like this. So this is one way that I think this is how I am do like, and I have a very different audience that's just more just like the graphic novel type people that like adventure history stuff. So these sort of things appeal to them because I'm trying to, we're tailor making our comics for our audiences, right? And we're listening to them. I'm trying to give them exactly what they're specifically asking for, not what we think we're not telling them what they want. We're listening to what they want,
Yes,
and then we give them this. So a lot
yes,
of people were interested in this last campaign, so I went ahead and I bought one ahead of time for this campaign. So it's going to be exciting, just thinking of things like this. Again, like this probably isn't something for your comic, but we'll be talking. I'm thrilled about all the opportunities. Not just your art and your storytelling are going to be really what people are going to come back for. Um,
yes,
but well, they're going to come back for those things. But I think more than anything, they're going to come back because they feel like that you took care of them in all the
exactly.
ways that they want to feel taken care of with the story. They want to be taken care of with the art, and they want the whole package to feel like a
Yeah,
personalized, like you're sending them a love letter, basically. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I could not do this without you. This is, I'm sending you this personalized, a care package of good stuff, so that when you open this up, you can tell that I the creator, you the creator, specifically care about them. And yeah, we're gonna be working on that together just to make sure
yeah.
people are getting
Fans
that.
are pretty much.
Yeah.
Fans are customers. They either buy your stuff or they share it with somebody that might potentially buy it.
Hmm.
You don't want to cut any bridges. You don't want to be the responsible for lost sales and for bad word of mouth on your
Yeah.
project and on yourself. People are not going to remember what you said to them. If you say something that they don't like, they're gonna remember how you make them feel.
Hmm.
So if you really much make them feel in
Feel
a way
judged.
that they are not
Yeah.
comfortable, you
Hmm.
insult them or you insult someone who is their friend or whatever, they're gonna remember how that makes them feel. So they're not gonna back your work either. They're not gonna support it because
Yeah.
they know you're not worth it. And that's one thing. It's really difficult separating art from the artist. It's almost impossible.
Yeah. Especially
So
nowadays,
if you
like,
if you
and
are
swinging it back to like the sort of
yeah
stuff we brought up earlier. Like, I think that's why a lot of these creators, they feel like they can afford to be kind of to divide audience attention, sort of, or they can insult a certain demographic of people, and it's fine to do that because their job is no longer dependent on readers, to sell comics. But that's
yes
what brought me immediately to the crowdfunding sphere is uh, I, you know, we're not perfect men, but we can tell that um, we can't get away with very much in the crowdfunding sphere. Like if we want to run our mouth, like that's going to have immediate consequences. We can't get lazy like we can in the big two, and that kind of keeps us focused on doing what's right. I think every single day, staying professional every single day, and serving readers every day. Yeah. So that's what
Yes.
we're here to do. And yeah, it looks like we've gotten to the hour, so it's been a good stream. We had Tyler from Draw and Talk, pretty big YouTuber. Think he says, "Gotta go, baby is crying." We'll try to catch the rest of the stream tomorrow. Thanks, bud. If you're still listening, if you're catching this tomorrow, appreciate you dropping by. And anyone else who's checking this out, I think we got someone else checking it out right now. Thank you for listening in. We had Pete retweeting us saying, "What did
Yes.
he said something about get in while you can." Matt also needs to learn where babies come from. Now's your chance to tell him in chat. No one did that, but you always got your chance next week. How about that? Yeah, but until then, I think by the time we do this next week, we might have your pre-launch site up and running, and
I hope so. Yeah, I hope that we can at least have the
Mhm.
pre-launch all set up. So people can take a look at the art, take a
Yes.
look at what I'm trying to do, and they get a really firm idea of what it is that they're gonna get if they
Mhm.
decide to back the project and to back the artist as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an exciting time, and I guess by this time next week, I'll probably have an update. Like we saw, so I'm doing these book plate stamps in the book, which I think are going to be really nice. I'm going to be demoing some tonight, and we'll be farther along. I hope to have the contract signed with the printer and formalized, and kind of moving things farther along so that very soon I should have a proof copy. So I'm paying for that. Well, actually, the backers paid for that, thanks to backer support. Because we're over, we have 6.5K on Indiegogo, and we have just over 1,000 on Kickstarter. We're able to afford to. It costs about $500 to do this, but for them to put together a mock-up of just a single book, just to turn on the printer, which costs
Yeah.
a lot of money, and just print one book, and then mail that to me. That
Did you
costs a
put
lot.
the link for this book of
Yeah,
KYRIE on
of
the
course.
description?
Yeah,
Yeah, if anyone is
it's in the
interested in
description,
Matt's
but
KYRIE, you can get it there.
yeah, and it's only $20, and it's 152 pages. We were able to bump it up from 128. Still $20 though. Only $5 shipping. I got some really good deals. 100% of my books got where they needed to last time. Uh, with one exception, there was one return, but I didn't have any damaged books. Uh, so that's a really good track record, and we're using the same approach where we wrap things, we seal them up in a Ziploc bag, and we put them in something. It's better cardboard than what do you call it? Everyone likes these Gemini mailers. There's better mailers for a better price than
Yes.
Gemini, and we're doing better than Gemini,
Well,
and we can do it for $5. So it's a great deal. You can get both books for $35, or you can just and that's with plus $5 shipping. If you just go $5 more and you do $45, you get zero shipping. It's
mm,
free shipping at the $45 mark. So and you get 3 posters in a shipping tube, poster tube. So that's a good deal. A
that's a
lot of
great
people have
deal.
jumped into that. We got 28 backers for that, and I'm thankful for every single one. And I'm thinking, when it comes to this crazy with the weirdo uh, uh, with with these book plate stamps, I'm trying to figure, because
Hmm.
I got 2 inks. I think I might do gold for the deluxe edition when for the 28 backers so far. We've gotten the 3 posters and the 2 books. I think I might stamp their books with
Yeah.
gold, and everyone else is getting a really nice red. It's all really nice. It's all hand designed. I drew this thing myself in the same process that I used to draw the comic. I drew the book plate, and I'm putting that in, so you can your name can be surrounded in gold, or a really nice Ancient Roman Red. So that's the sort of things we're doing to help people out. Yeah, so we're gonna do more stuff. We're gonna be talking more about cyber gods next week. More KYRIE
Yes.
news and just general. That's what we try to do here. Kind of if there's interesting video game news, interesting comics news, just anything in nerddom that's really kind of people want to talk about, we'll throw in our 2 cents and see what y'all think. That's pretty much it, don't you think, Cas?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a really busy week. So this next week is going to be more busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't wait. It's really gonna get busy. It's gonna get busy for you, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna get
Yes.
you're gonna get high off that stress, and you're never gonna come down. You're gonna say the moment we fulfill book one, issue 1 of Cyber Gods, you're gonna be like, when can I do that issue 2? I gotta get my fix. I gotta get back in the game. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Let's hope so that I can at least maybe do each one, finish it,
Yeah.
and start working on issue 2.
Yeah, yeah, it's all good. You just you do the art, you do the you make those files. We'll take care of the rest.
Yeah,
So
I'm
that'll do
grateful
it
for that.
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure. So that'll do it for today. I'll go ahead and hit in broadcast. Thanks everyone for checking us out, and we'll talk to you again same time next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, Monday nights. On behalf of Cass and I, see you guys later.
See you guys. Thank you for hanging out.